Hi guys, it's a great day. Welcome to yet another explosive edition of Celebrity Uncensored on CLIG Africa TV. Today I'm excited. We have someone here with us who makes people happy, who surprises people for a living. Yeah, I have with me here Olatoyin Oyesonya of Royal Ogs Empire Surprises. Royal Ogs happens to be renowned. I don't even know what to call you. It's not event planning. So let me just start. What do you do exactly?
So basically, we surprise people, we make people happy on their special days. And it doesn't have to be their special days. You can just want to say, I love you. We just make people happy, basically. That's what we do.
Okay. So was there something in your childhood that prepared you for this?
I mean, I'm the only child of my mom. And so maybe because I didn't have anyone to play with, maybe, I don't know. And then, yeah. But that was not what prepared me. This was bettered out of depression, you know. I was
Really?
Yeah. I was depressed like 7 years ago when this started, and it started like play, and boom. That's how it started.
Was the business bettered before the depression, or
No, so I mean,
depression bettered the,
yes,
the business?
yes,
Wow.
yeah.
Amazing. So how were you able to come out of depression, and what did you learn from it that made you start?
So I mean, so instead of staying at home doing nothing, I rather go out and make people happy, and it made me happy. Just seeing others happy made me happy, and that was enough.
Okay, so what was your first? What made you believe you could create a business from this?
I didn't even know it was going to turn out to be a business till people started calling me, please, could you do this for me? Could you do this for me? And they were giving me money, and I didn't need capital, fortunately for me, and boom, that was it.
Okay, so over the years, you've been doing this for 7 years, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 years.
Yeah.
What would you regard as the highlights so far of your?
I think it was when we surprised Dangote. I was happy, I was honored. You know, I felt fulfilled, like it was happy. So for me, that was one of the highlights.
Okay, let me get a
craft.
bit crafty now, talking about your craft. Okay, so now when it comes to maybe during Valentine's Day period, have you had to surprise, someone's girlfriend, and have you had to surprise, maybe create a surprise for someone who has two girlfriends?
Yeah, I mean, it happens a lot, but it's confidential. But yeah, it happens a lot. Valentine is one of our busiest days. We have over 100 surprises in one day. And Lagos
over
traffic.
100?
Yeah, so
wow,
it's a lot. But yeah, we get that a lot. But I mean, we're very confidential. So yeah.
Okay, so what are the challenges of running this business?
I mean, for now, it's Lagos traffic. Lagos traffic is not helping. Like today, we have 5 jobs today as I speak with you, and they're all in like different angles. So one of the biggest challenges so far is traffic, Lagos traffic. Yeah.
So, but have you had to surprise someone outside the country?
Oh yes, oh yes. I've done in London. I did it myself. We do it outside the country once in a while. I mean, we're still trying to be super firm here before we spread our wings. But yes, we've had to surprise people outside the country.
Okay, so what do you consider when it comes to, okay, I want you to surprise, say my mom. What are the things you would consider to?
Okay, so I mean, since she's a mother, we can't give her random things. So I personally, as a professional, would say maybe Oriki, if she's Yoruba, something to make it memorable that she won't forget in a hurry, things like that. Yeah.
So it's usually personalized.
Oh yeah, definitely personalized. Pay attention to details.
Oh, okay. So when was the time you realized that it's an industry, it's something you can, make a living out of, and structure it, like have different people working with you?
I mean, when money was coming in, that was because when I started, I mean, I was the driver, I was the one that would go to the market, I was everything, and the load was too much. It was just a lot. And I mean, when money was coming in was when I thought, you know what, this could turn into a business. And yeah, it became a business.
Okay, so for someone who wants to start this business now, what are the needed requirements?
I mean, does
one have to get a certification anywhere? Or?
No, I mean, you need to be passionate about whatever you do in life that makes you happy. So that's number one requirement. You have to know you have a passion in that, not just to make money. So yeah, that's the requirement. If you're passionate about it.
Okay, let's get a bit personal. Let's share with us your educational background.
Okay. So I went to Chrisland Primary School.
Okay.
Then I went to Queen's College. Then I went outside London, and I had to come back for some personal reasons. And then I went to Caleb. So I finished from Caleb University.
So it's safe to say you're a butter.
I was a butter, but life happened. I mean.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like, what's your staff strength?
For now, it's still growing. We have like 25 staffs. I mean, because we have different locations, and then yeah, I mean it's a big deal. It just looks like surprise. I mean, when I started, people were like, "Can this be a business?" I mean, when we started, obviously there was no saxophone. I didn't start with saxophone. There was nothing like that. But gradually it came in, and I mean, yeah.
Were you the one who started this saxophone trend?
Yeah, well, for me, I would say yes, because I didn't see anybody doing it. And because of my personality, I'm a very restless person. And I tell people it's also a strength, because when you're restless, someone like me, it makes me creative. I mean, I get bored quickly. So I try to do different things. Even before we did the parara, we'll go and surprise people with horses. I'll make sure they sit on the horse. I just like things that are creative and things that are exciting. So, yeah.
So I wanted to ask you, how was the idea better? Did you pray to God?
Yeah.
You heard Panana?
No, I mean, like I said, it didn't start with parara. It didn't start with saxophone or anything. I didn't know what name to call it. I used my name. I spelled my name backwards. I used my date of birth. You know, there were so many things I didn't know, but I knew I wanted something royalty. That was why when I was registering the business 7 years ago, I did it as a limited company, not a one man. And then I didn't know royal what. I prayed, I fasted.
You fasted?
I did. I didn't hear anything. And suddenly one day I was just walking, I just saw a car. You know them air freshener. I just saw something hug, and that was it. So I mean, for me personally, I feel you need to connect with God. God is real. And that was it, royal hugs. And I thought, so I wanted something they could just say, maybe TFC or 3-letter word. And I knew I wanted something big. And that's why the Empire was there. So yeah, there you have
surprises.
It. Royal Hugs, Empire Surprises.
What does success mean to you? To a singer, success is about selling out a concert and having hit songs. To a filmmaker, success is about fans raving about his or her blockbuster movie. To an entrepreneur, success is about converting prospects into lifelong customers. For us at Visibility Solutions Media, our success is when we help you successfully tell your story and win in the marketplace. We produce videos that matter, media campaigns that sell, content that puts your brand in the spotlight. In short, we are the one your brand needs today and forever. Visit us at vsmpr.com or call 0805 468 0266.
Welcome back from the break. This is a Celebrity Uncensored on TLIG Africa TV, and I see that with me, Oluwatoyin Oyesonya, the one who surprises everyone for a living and makes a living from it. So now you said the business was operated through from depression. What triggered the depression?
I mean, I just felt that was when I relocated back to Nigeria, and I was done with university, and there was no job, there was nothing, and I just felt like my life didn't have a meaning. So I was really sad, and yeah, that's how. I guess that's what triggered it. No job triggered it.
And before we went on the break, you said, I think it was off there, you said you've never really worked with...
No, I've never worked for anybody before. I mean, I really wanted to, but I'd always liked business from when I was young. So I've never worked for anybody before.
And you said you sold stuff.
Oh, yes. So in secondary school, Queen's College, I was suspended for selling lollipop because I was always doing buying and selling. And in university, too, I was fortunate. I was the only student they allowed to sell barbecue. So I got someone that was there that was selling barbecue for me on campus because it was a
Yeah.
private university. So there were so many rules and regulations.
What course did you study?
Economics.
This money, sha. This money making.
Yeah, I like money.
Great. Everybody, we need the money.
Yeah.
So social media. Social media. So your business is basically, would you say is social media driven?
I mean, so yes, social media has really helped, but because I don't want to just be hooked to social media because anything can happen any day. So that's why we have our office is in Okbebi, but
Great.
social media has really helped because 70% of our clients are not in Nigeria. So I mean,
70% of the clients are not.
yeah. So it's social media. It's really powerful. It's a powerful tool, and it really helped the business, and it's still helping the business.
So it's safe to say your target audience, they are much more Nigerians in diaspora.
Yes.
They are Nigerians in diaspora.
Yes, because I mean they're not here, so yeah, safe to say.
So in the course of your work, how have you had to cope with attention from the opposite sex? Of course, you're a beautiful woman, and of course, you don't do it. People don't get to see it now.
Yeah.
But when you started out, when you get to see a fine face, you get to do the delivery yourself, surprise yourself. How do you draw the line?
I mean, I had to be professional because most of the time it's always like husband delivering to wife or wife delivering to husband. It's hardly friends to friends. So I had to keep it strictly professional, and I know what I want in life. So it's just the straight face. But thank God now it's no longer my number. They can't really reach me directly, except it's urgent, like life and death, and you need to speak with me.
Okay, so how do you, what are your plans for the future? Like, do you intend to expand into
I mean, yeah,
other
that's
things?
the prayer. Oh, so that's the thing. I tell people if you want to be wealthy, I don't think one source of income can sustain it. So, I mean, Royal Hugs is not the only thing I'm doing to earn. So, yeah, I do other things I want to keep personal because most people on social media don't even know I'm the one behind the
I
brand.
understand.
And they're like two different brands. And then, yeah.
So, how easy is it for one to engage you? Do you guys have an app? Maybe one can just, make a demand for your services.
So I mean, so if you want to demand for our services, our phone numbers are there. But I mean, technology is really rolling so fast. So our website should be out before the end of next month, by God's grace. And I mean, you can pick whatever you want online.
Okay, let's talk about your packages. How people have an impression that you're expensive.
I know. Why is that?
Are you expensive?
I mean, I would absolutely not, because for me now, because I'm so passionate about what I do, especially when I started, I was doing the job for free. So you just know that it's not about the money.
When you say you were doing it for free, including the gifts.
Gifts. That's how I became known. So when I started, because people had trust issues. So fortunately for me, I had few celebrity friends. For example, Adesoa Etomi, we went to Queen's College together. So what I was doing was I was giving it to them so people get to know about, because people didn't, I mean, what would have thought about giving someone a surprise would be like a big deal. So I mean, and because people have trust issues, so what I did was I was going to people that were known and I would just gift them, and obviously they are happy. And whenever I give them, they was like, "Ah." So the name of the business then was called Ah. No, I'm serious. Before it was changed to
How was it spelled?
So 4 A's, 3 W's, and 2 H. That was how.
4 A's, 3 W's, and
2 H. So it was like,
ah,
okay. Yes, because I mean that was always the expression every time I give them a gift. So I mean, I would beg them that please can you post it. So I mean, when they do that, at least people are a bit comfortable that okay, because it's hard for people to trust you with their money. And I mean, like I said, I was fortunate. I didn't need capital to start, because if you want to surprise somebody, I mean, you have to send the money first. So I'll just quickly use the money to buy the gift and things like that.
How do you deal with, so the person has to pay the complete, because you spoke about trust earlier
No, that was when I started. I mean, now people know what Royal Hugs is, and I mean, there's no trust issues or anything. But I mean, when I was starting, I had to be very careful, and yeah.
Okay, go. Talking about how affordable you are, does that mean someone in one village who has internet on his or her phone who doesn't have much money can afford?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I don't want to put you in I don't want to mention
tight corner.
a
I
figure
mean,
or
yeah, it will
anything.
be hard because when we started, it was as low as 10,000. But I mean, with the way the country is going, you buy something today, the next day is not what it is. So if I can't say a figure, because I remember someone messaged last week, she was like, but last year was X amount. Why is it this amount? I was like, dollars gone up. So I mean, it's going to be hard to mention X, but trust me, I can. Because when people now eventually, when we tell them, they're like, but I used to think you guys were expensive. And the reason is because we do for so many celebrities. So people just assume these people that are doing for big people,
Celebs, yeah.
they will be until you ask and then we tell you this is what it is. And then, yeah.
Okay, I'll ask you 2 more questions before we round off.
Yeah.
How were you able to leverage on star power, celebrity power, celebrity influence to grow the business?
Leverage on it. I mean, so for me, honestly, it's the grace of God, which I don't take for granted. So I didn't. So for example, when we surprised Jerma Davido's,
You did that too.
so many, I didn't like have to struggle. They just call on their own. I mean, so like I said, it's grace. I don't think I'm doing anything special. It's just the grace of God. And when I was depressed, I'm sorry to go back, I was so down, like I shaved my head. I was going to commit suicide. I was fed up.
Really?
Yeah, I was tired because I was just waking up, sleeping.
How long were you in that phase for?
I was saying maybe 4 months. So I remember vividly well, my pastor called me out. I go to Fountain of Life, Pastor Taiwo Dukoya. He called me out randomly from the crowd, and then it just said some things. So I tell people when things are getting very hard, for me, I feel like that's when the breakthrough is coming. Because I can imagine if I had taken my life then, I probably would not be where I am today.
What did Pastor Taiwo tell you?
He just prophesied. It's a lot. There's some personal thing, but like something big, like something big is coming. God loves me, and then maybe a week later, Royal Hugs was bettered. So I mean, so I just thought to myself, what if I had taken my life then? I mean, there won't be. So I tell people when things are going hard, like you just feel like trust me, don't give up. Something is coming.
Okay. So final question. Let me get a bit religious now. So how important is the place of, because you're a Christian, how important is the place of having a relationship with God? Now let me talk about the Holy Spirit now. How important is the place of in your decision, in your business dealings? Maybe there was a time you wanted to decision and you were cautioned.
So I mean, it's like the most important because sometimes I just sit down. I'm not a billionaire, but I just sit down and I thank God, like, is this me? So I don't joke with that source. Like, if God can bring me, God is like the most important. When I was entering there, my staff was asking me, why are you going? I said, I want to go and pray.
Really?
Oh, yes, I'm going to pray. God is like the most important, I can't stretch it enough. God is like the most important because at the end of the day, it's all vanity. I want this, I want that. So, but it's the most, if God is not involved, don't bother yourself. Because when the Bible says, if God does not bless your work, you labor in vain. So,
does it also.
Yeah.
So, how can people reach you on social media?
I mean, it's called Royal Hug Surprises on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Royal Hug Surprises.
Okay, that's all.
That's all.
That's all.
Yay! Thank you so much. I don't come with parara.